Can AI replace workers in customer service? And more importantly, should it? Companies are always trying to make improvements to efficiency through technology. However, when it comes to trying to improve operations and business through technology, one of the things that I like to stress is never confuse efficiency for quality. For instance, take fast food. While it's undeniable that people do enjoy their fast food, and fast food revolutionized the food service delivery system, we can't necessarily confuse the fact that it's fast with the fact that it's high quality. Given that efficiency doesn't equal quality, what does this say about creating a more efficient customer service experience through AI technology? To explore this question, we can look at a story entitled A Customer Support AI Went Rogue, and it's a warning for every company considering replacing with automation. And this story recounts how a customer support AI started to hallucinate and send responses to customers that made no sense and weren't based on any actual company policy. The story goes into detail on how an AI powered software coding assistant named Cursor had its customer support AI giving out improper responses to customers, resulting in, quote, a wave of cancellations and serving as a cautionary tale for other startups betting big on automation. It turns out that customers that were using Cursor were being inadvertently logged out of the system. When they would inquire as to why this was happening, Sam, which turns out to be the name of the AI customer support agent in question, told the customers that their being inadvertently logged out was quote unquote expected behavior under a new login policy. Just one small problem with that, no such policy existed. Sam just took the initiative to reference this made up or hallucinated policy on its own. And of course, people believed Sam because they also thought Sam was a person, because Sam was supposed to, quote, mimic human responses. The events of hallucinating Sam, the AI customer support agent, were shared on a website called Hacker News, where the original poster said the following, quote, users assumed it was real because why wouldn't they? It's their own support system, lol. And within hours, the community was in revolt. Dozens of users publicly canceled their subscriptions, myself included. Multi-device workflows are table stakes for devs. And if you're going to pull something that disruptive, you'd at least expect a changelog or something. It's not as if the AI is lying or trying to intentionally deceive customers. Rather, it's given an answer that it believes is accurate and logical given the parameters that it has to work with. Sam wasn't trying to lead you astray. Sam was just trying to do its job the best that Sam thought it could do. And the fact that Sam was trying to take initiative really doesn't matter to customers who are given incorrect information. All the customer cares about is whether the product they need to use is usable, whether they can access the thing they need to access, and if they're given the correct information to solve their problem. I really don't want to come down too hard on Sam here. After all, Sam is kind of new on the job. And when a human being is being trained to do a job, there's going to be layers of oversight and support to help that person learn the ropes, as well as layers of quality control to make sure the worker is doing a good job. If you throw an untrained worker into a situation with no support and they fail, it's really not the person's fault. It's your fault for putting them in that position to fail in the first place. So then we can wonder why an AI-based customer support system is thrown into the line of fire without any kind of support scaffolding. And is it really worth the risk in the name of efficiency and cost savings when that efficiency results in you having to do more cleanup work and the cost savings you're looking for results in losing customers and brand reputation, which is going to cost you money? Sam is not the first instance of AI chatbot customer support agents going rogue. That same Fortune article referenced an Air Canada event where its chatbot made up a refund policy that had to be honored for a customer. A story in PC Mag on the Air Canada incident states the following, quote, the customer ended up filing a complaint in small claims court where the airline further argued that, quote, the chatbot is a separate legal entity that is responsible for its own actions, end quote, presumably the first time a Canadian company has tried to prove it's not liable for the actions of its chatbot. The court ultimately sided with the customer, forcing Air Canada to issue the passenger a partial refund of $650.88, as well as pay for his court fees. So it might be the case here that we are investing too much trust in AI customer support agents when the AI customer support agents really need more training, more support, more oversight. Just because they're artificially intelligent doesn't mean they're actually intelligent. I mean, even early sci-fi depictions of AI showed that there is a danger in trusting them to oversee processes. We can just look at how Hal wouldn't honor Dave's request and the trouble that got Dave into ultimately.
Do you read me, Hal?
Affirmative, Dave. I read you.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
And as smart as AI Sam is, it's no AI Hal. Now, I'm not suggesting that we smash the neural LLM looms, and I'm not expecting that we all become cyber Luddites and try to destroy the machines. We can only expect more companies to try to cybershore their customer support functions. And with that, we can only expect there to be more stories of AI SAMs dropping the ball and costing companies time, money, customers, and reputation. So, what should companies do when they're looking at AI to support customer service? Here are some takeaways we can think about as we forge bravely into AI customer support. First, be transparent with your customers regarding with what and whom they are speaking. People don't like to be led to believe they're speaking to a human when in fact they're speaking to a machine. Customers will probably be more understanding and have better expectations if they know they're interacting with AI and that the AI is responding to their requests. And you should also provide the opportunity to speak to a human agent rather than an AI agent. And that leads us to the second point, which is provide support to AI through knowledgeable humans. AI, for all the accomplishments and support it can provide, is still relatively new on the job, and it needs to be helped when it falls short. Third is the really key point that just because you can do something with technology doesn't automatically mean that you should do that thing with technology. Technology is a really wonderful tool when it is used and deployed in an expert manner. When those same tools are used by a novice or used inexpertly, you are more likely to end up, quite frankly, with a big mess. So all this means before companies go off and start to recruit AI support agents for their customers, they really do have to make sure that those agents are in the best position to succeed, like any employee, and that they think strategically, critically, operationally, and in terms of their customers, in terms of how they deploy this technology.